What's up, everybody? George here, Focus Tilt Photo. Rounded up 2025. Wasn't a great year. Heading into 2026 now, so back at work, first day back at work, and yeah, I just wanted to jump on and give everybody an update. So, like I've started and stopped this YouTube channel many times over the years. I don't know. It's just like I'm in, I'm out, I'm in, I'm out. A lot of the times it's just I don't want to spend the time on it. And another part of it is, I often just sit there and think. I look at the views and I look at the different things and I think, man, I'm spending all this time to get and when I say all this time, I mean the time recording, uploading and stuff. I don't do editing and stuff like that, but it's not a big thing, but it is something that takes time in your mind. You think about it like, what do I want to do? What do I want to say? All of that. So spending time doing that. And and then I get, 2 likes, 4 likes, no likes, 20 views, things like that. And it's just like, what's the point in this? And I know that you're never going to start out and, come out of the gate swinging, so to speak, and then, just run away with things. But I guess because I've been in and out of YouTube so many times over the years that it sort of, I'm just like, okay, so I've been doing this. And there was a time when I was doing it frequently on a different channel and stuff. And even there, growth was just minimal, nothing really. So yeah, so let's just say that I guess 2026 I'm gonna give it a shot again. But before I say anything else about YouTube, I just want to kind of, like I said, give everybody an update. I could get on here and I could just be like, oh, 2025, here's my favorites, here's this, here's that. I could do all of that, but that's not what I'm gonna do. Because quite frankly, 2025 sucked. I dealt with a lot of stuff in 2025. There's job stuff, there's health stuff, there's just general depression stuff. There's so much stuff I've dealt with, and I know, people out there that watch this maybe just be like, oh, you just need to get out there and do it, and you need to do this, and you need to do that. Well, what I really need to do is I just need to focus on myself. I need to focus on getting back healthy again, living a healthier lifestyle. I need to start eating better. I need to start exercising again, and I need to just kind of get away from social media. Now, I know YouTube is a form of social media, but I don't view YouTube the same way I view other social media platforms, like your Instagrams or your Substacks or your Threads or Twitters, because YouTube is something that I can often just go and I can throw it on in the background when I'm at work. I'm sitting here making a document or something. I can throw it on and just listen while I'm doing that. So it's not, it's more like listening to music for me often than anything else, depending on what I'm watching. I mean, if it's something visual where somebody's showing their trip or something, and I want to see the pictures or something like that, then of course I'll watch. But that's usually something I do at night at home or things like that. So, I don't view YouTube the same way. So, but the other platforms, I just kind of need to just sort of get out of them. And that's what I've been working on doing recently. They frustrate me. They frustrate me quite a lot because, I see the ups and downs in the numbers and things like that. And I know people are gonna say well, there are ups and downs in everything. You gotta ride it out. You gotta ride it out. But if you're not in a good place mentally, riding it out isn't what you need to do. You just need to step away from it. And I haven't been in a good mental space. It's just like work has been rather taxing. I've had some coworkers that I don't really get along with so much. I don't really agree with, and things like that. And not to mention, living and working in Korea right now it's tough as a foreigner. I'm not saying it's not tough for Koreans, but I'm saying it's tough as a foreigner when you're living and working here like I am teaching. The Korean won is absolutely horrible. This was the worst year ever, I believe, recorded for the exchange rate difference. Like, absolutely horrible. The worst year I think ever recorded, on average or something. Like, inflation's high, like, exchange rate is terrible. Jobs aren't giving any raises. We don't make any more money or anything like that. So, it's like I'm literally making salaries that I made as a high school student, and I'm almost 50 years old. So it's kind of that's kind of depressing. It takes a toll, especially when you've got to go do that and deal with people at work that you don't necessarily agree with or get along with or anything like that. So. So that's the thing. It's like I've been dealing with a lot of stuff like that. And the thing is, it's like, it's not, I know some people say, well, it's just your job. And it's like, it is and it isn't. I actually love my job. Like, I really do. I love going out, being with the students, like, teaching and stuff like that. I enjoy that. I enjoy that part of the job. It's just, I sometimes don't enjoy some of the people I have to do it with, nor the salary that I'm getting paid for it. So yeah, so it's been a tough year in that aspect, and hopefully 2026 is better. I know, I don't know. We'll see. I hope it is. I mean, I gotta get back into the old ways. I gotta get back into the old habits. I've got to start, doing more in the proper diet area. I need to get back into my hiking and my daily walks where I go out and do 2 hours and stuff like that. I need to drop the weight. I need to cut back on the alcohol, man. I mean, like, it's just a nightly thing, it seems like. I find myself headed to the fridge reaching for a beer. But that's part of the way I've been coping with stress. The thing is, like, I talk about this stuff sometimes with some of my close friends or things like that, but that's about as far as it goes. I don't know. I don't guess I'm one to just jump on here, and especially with this being a photography channel, and I'm not even talking about photography right now. I'm just talking about like how screwed up my mental state has been and how crappy 2025 was. Like I said, I mean, people show highlights of 2025. I don't really have a highlight from 2025. Were there some good things? Occasionally, yeah, there were some good things, but I don't really have anything special that I want to share from this year or last year now. It's 2026, but because last year just wasn't special to me. It was just a year. Basically, I just did what I had to do, and that was that. So, got up, went to work every morning, and occasionally did some photography. And I wish I had done more photography, and that's one of the things that I want to do this year. I want to do more, but and I don't know. I kind of like to share it here on YouTube, and I always say that, and I always, I'm just like, oh, how I'm going to share this on YouTube, and then I never do. Like, a lot of times I'll take out my cameras and things, and I'll even take, like, everything, tripod to put my phone and stuff on to record some, and that never comes out. Like, I just walk around and take my pictures, and then head home, develop, edit, if I'm shooting film, or just edit if I'm shooting digital, and and that's what ends up happening, and nothing really comes of it in terms of me making videos. So Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I want to say that I hope this year that I will be able to do it and stick with it more, but you know, I I can't really make guarantees honestly because it's a difficult thing because especially when I get into a bad headspace. When I get into a bad headspace, all I want to do is eat, sleep, wake up, go to work, finish my job, go home, watch TV, sleep, eat, like that kind of stuff. Like that's all I want to do. And yeah, I mean, like I don't really have friends here. I mean I've got acquaintances here, like, and when I say that, I mean locally I have some acquaintances. I've got friends in Korea, but they're just spread out in other areas that are not necessarily the easiest to get to for me. Like, I mean, I've got a really good friend, like my brother. Um, he lives 5 hours south of me, so that's not something that you're just gonna jump and head down and hang out. Like it takes a commitment, and we do hang out a few times a year, but like not as much as we used to when he used to live in Seoul. We used to hang out quite often, or in the Seoul area. But yeah, so 2026 photography. What's going to happen here? Well, I do know one thing. Over the last couple of weeks, I have bought a lot of cameras, a lot of cameras. Bought a lot of film as well. But the thing is, like, I didn't spend anything outlandish on these things because the cameras. I mean, I seriously, they averaged out to like $6-7 a piece. Honestly, is about what they averaged out costing me, because I was buying them cheap in these big lots and stuff. These are old film cameras, and yeah. So I want to get out. I want to shoot some of those. I have shot some of them already, but oh, hold on. I've got two. I got a call. All right, there we go. Let me hang that call up and keep recording here. Well, it was a spam number calling me. I'm recording on my phone, so But yeah, so anyway, the yeah, like the cameras I've been buying these big lots of cameras. I've been searching for them, and if I find them cheap, I buy them. And partially, some of it's because I want some of the cameras. Some of it's partially because it's like, these cameras, especially the ones that I've been buying, like these more modernish electronic, Canon cameras and stuff. The internals may give out or something, and I become attached to them, and it's like you need a backup, right? So if that happens, I've got plenty of backups now. Plus, I've got a few friends that I may give a camera to a few people depending on, if when I see them or whatever. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, so happy to have those, and yeah, gonna be hopefully shooting through some of those. Now, thing is, I don't really know when it comes to the YouTube aspect. I don't know what I want to do with it. I don't have a vision for it. Like I could sit here and say like, oh, I'm gonna take and I'm gonna review this camera and this film stock, and it seems like everybody's doing that, and it seems like everybody does that, and it interests me, but it doesn't interest me because I don't want to get too deeply into the review aspect, because that stuff often gets pretty dry to me. It gets pretty dry and it gets pretty boring for me sitting there listening to somebody talk about it a lot of times. So I'm just like, I don't know if that's what I want to do. It seems like a popular thing to do, and then you got the how-tos, how to do this, how to do that. I'm a teacher, so I'm used to telling people how to do things, but when it comes to YouTube, again, that's something that gets kind of dull and boring to me. So I don't know that I want to do that. I mean, I guess I could mix some in here and there, but I don't know that I want to do that. And I guess the thing is, it's my channel. I can do whatever I want to, which is definitely what I've done recently. As in, I post a video or two and then I drop off the face of the earth for like 8 months or 9 months, and then I come back. So I definitely do what I want to. I don't have an audience. I would like to build an audience, but it hasn't happened for me. I don't know. Maybe people don't like me. I got no clue. Maybe I'm too boring for people. I don't know. Who knows? But it is what it is. But I guess I'll give 2026 another shot and see what happens. I know that I was doing this before. I was trying to do it as sort of like a documentary thing to accompany the Frugal Film Project that I've unsuccessfully participated in multiple times over the last 3 or 4 years. I don't know. I've been doing it 3 years, 4 years, and it's like that's another one that I'm in and out of. I mean, because I guess what it is, it's too restrictive for me, and it's too, I don't know, restrictive and rigid, for me. I know it sounds simple to take a cheap camera and shoot a single film stock for an entire year, 12 rolls, 1 roll a month. Honestly, I think the film stock part is what I don't like about it, because I like to switch around. I can kind of do okay with shooting the same camera because I do have some cameras that fit the budget that I really like to shoot. So, I can get down with that. But I think a lot of times it's really the film stock thing. I mean, if they opened it up and they're like, shoot whatever film stock you want, instead of pick one and shoot the same one for the entire year, that I think that's the biggest thing for me. I think I just have a hard time with that because, it's like I pick black and white and then everything turns nice and I want to go out and shoot color. Or I pick color and it's all dark and dreary and I want to shoot black and white. Or, I want to shoot something that I am not going to develop, which what I mean by that is I develop all of my black and white. My color, I generally send it to the lab so I don't have to fool with an extra set of chemicals and all that. I have developed color and I do develop it sometimes, but not often. So, sometimes I'm like, I don't feel like developing this month. So I shoot color, like there's so many things that go into this. So, I know some people in the project have done different things where they pick a color camera and they pick a black and white camera and they do this and all of that. But, I don't know. I think the Frugal Film Project thing is a good thing. And I've enjoyed the people that I've met, when I was doing the stuff there. And, yeah. So I think it's good. I just don't know if it's for me a lot of the time, just because of the way I shoot, I think is the problem. So the whole groundwork of the thing itself, I don't think that's the problem. I think I'm the problem. I get too much in my head on I want to do this or I want to do that, and to just stick with one thing is kind of tough. So, yeah. But will I participate again this year? Maybe. I'm thinking about it. We'll see. I definitely, like I said, I just bought a bunch of cameras for super cheap, so I have more than enough to pick from. Yeah, got more coming in today. Bought another one yesterday. So it was a digital camera that I bought yesterday, and happy to have bought it. I bought it with the intention of modifying it into an infrared camera, but I took it apart and started the process, and then I couldn't get the outer body part off to like actually get to the sensor. So I was just like, before I break something on this plastic, because it's a plastic body, and I'm like, before I break like some clip or something on this plastic body, and then I've completely wrecked the camera, like, trying to get the body part off. I was like, I'm just gonna stop it right there. I'm gonna put everything back together, and we're just gonna have a normal camera, and that's what I did. So I've got a normal camera again rather than a infrared one. Nice little camera though, Panasonic Lumix GF3. I had seen them. I didn't know too much about them, but it's a cool camera. I think it's gonna be a fun one to play around with. So we'll see. And by the way, I'm sorry this video may be going long. I don't know. I had no intention of setting a time limit or anything on it. I was just turn on the camera, sit here and talk, and and just let everybody know what's been going on. And what I plan to do for 2026. So back to the YouTube thing. Like I said, I said I could do the reviews, I could do the how-tos, or I could just go out and do the vlog style stuff. That's definitely a popular thing. But like I said, I often don't want to take out all of the stuff to record, and I definitely don't want to sit there and like put everything together and stuff like that. Put this clip together and that clip together. I mean, that takes time that I usually don't want to spend because I'm usually busy doing something else, which may just be eating and sitting on the sofa. But that's what I want to do sometimes. But so I don't know. There's that. There's also the podcast style stuff, but I've got plenty of friends that are doing that. Like, that space is super crowded. I wouldn't even dream of getting into that because it's just too crowded now. Especially like with all the friends doing it, like doing some fun stuff. I enjoy listening to them and all that. But the thing is, because they're doing it, I just feel like if I did something, I'd just be putting the exact same thing out there that they're putting out, continuing a conversation elsewhere. And that's, that'd be kind of boring for people, because it's like, you wouldn't want to go watch this guy talk about this and then this other guy that he knows talk about the exact same thing. So don't really think that's the way for me. So I don't really know what the way for me is with YouTube. And I don't know. I mean, who knows? Is it even photography? I don't know if that's the way I need to continue with it or not either. I want to. I would love to continue doing it for the photography side of things, because that's what I enjoy doing when I get out and do stuff. So we'll see. We'll see how 2026 goes, but this is the first video of the year, and just sort of a life update. Very glad that 2025 is gone and out of here. I don't have anything positive to say about the year 2025. So hopefully I have some positive things to say about 2026 at the end of the year. So that's about all I'm going to do. I'm going to stop this right here. I don't want to keep you any longer. And everybody, peace out.